Greetings from Honolulu, Hawaii. It's Peter Sterling, and haven't done a video for a little while, but I have to say I got some really exciting news. For those of you who don't know me, I've been lucky enough to be living in Hawaii for more than 50 years. It's pretty much where I was raised, and I've been an extreme sports photographer for, I would say, the last 35 years, working for taking photos of windsurfing, surfing, big wave surfing, things like that. We have a lot of really good athletes here, really good conditions, and so that was fun. I took more than like 250,000 photos working for magazines, and I was doing helicopter shots, water photography, and big waves, and so that's been a lot of fun. I've also been using natural medicines in my own life for more than 25 years, and that's pretty much what this video is going to be about, because I've been learning so much really over the whole 25 years about natural medicines for stress reduction. I was using those back in the 90s when I was one of the main photographers for the whole world when it comes to photos of those sports I mentioned: windsurfing, surfing, big wave surfing. And like I say, we have some of the best conditions for all those in the world, some of the best athletes as well. So anyway, I was under a lot of stress. I was trying to be one of the best in the world. And, that means reinventing yourself every day, just pushing your limits every single day. So I was under a lot of stress. So I learned a lot about, passion flower, chamomile, valerian root, skullcap, things like that, that help reduce my stress. And even till today, I'm still using those. And I also know a lot about immunity boosting and just so many things. So I have a lot of severe spinal cord injuries, I have a lot of severe osteoarthritis, degenerative disc disease, foraminal central canal stenosis. They're all very severe, and I've been dealing, I would say, with very severe pain pretty much every day for, I would say, at least 7 years, 8 years. And so my goal for the last 3 years really has been studying 100 of plants that have been used by humans for centuries, hundreds, thousands of years, to reduce inflammation and reduce pain. So one of the things that's so important in reducing pain is actually reducing the inflammation, because the inflammation causes the pain. Now, inflammation is a natural body response to injury, when you have a trauma, things like that. But when you get into a chronic condition that can last for years and years and decades, that's when you start to have real problems, because the body gets into a whole unhealthy way of just being in a constant state of inflammation, and then it can be very, very severe, and that's what I've been having to deal with. So long story short, in addition to the severe spinal cord injuries, I have this very severe situation in my chest with a hiatal hernia, and I don't even want to describe it because it's upsetting to describe it, so I'll just leave it at that. It's a hiatal hernia situation. I have a thymic cyst, and I've been dealing with very, very severe chest pain also, in addition to the neck and spine pain, every day for, I would say, 5 years, 5-6 years. So, a few days ago, I was just, it was killing me. It's just, feel like you have a heart attack all the time, 24/7, for like years. So I was like so upset and trying to think of, well, maybe I'll ask my doctor if I can go see a specialist, this and that. And when I did that, I just realized I need to find something natural that can actually reduce this inflammation. So I started doing research online, and there's thousands, tens of thousands of doctors, world-class scientists, National Institutes of Health, all these major governmental agencies. They all have websites, and you could see many, many thousands of videos from renowned world-class doctors, about different options, and also patients who have been suffering from the exact same thing you have. So I was researching hiatal hernia, this and that, and I've been using. So this is something I really want y'all to pay attention to, because it is like a miracle for me. I've been very familiar with aloe vera, the plant. It's so good for burns and the skin, and also internally. If you get food grade aloe, they have food grade aloe vera juice and food grade aloe vera gel, and you could get those probably at any health food store. I prefer the aloe vera gel because it's a little bit more concentrated. Now, first time I used that was 20 years ago, and but I hadn't got back around to using it until I saw some videos from people who have been suffering just like me, and they said, you know what, the aloe vera juice or gel can really, really help you because you take it in and then it soothes. It not only soothes the skin exterior, but if you take it inside, it soothes anything it come in contact with, your esophagus, your intestines, your stomach. It soothes everything. So I ordered a bottle, a big 32-ounce bottle. I got it about 10 days ago, and I took about a mouthful, and it's sort of like Jell-O a little bit. And after about an hour of taking that, it started to relieve this severe chest pain that I was having. It just soothes it down. It's very, very alkaline, and the acid, the stomach acid, and all those things in your intestines, your GI tract is very acid. So when you're taking this really alkaline, soothing aloe vera gel, it just calms that inflammation. And like I say, within an hour, it reduced the severity of the pain down to a much more manageable level. So I've been taking, I would say, 1 to 3 tablespoon every 8 hours, I guess you could say. It is so helpful, people. So I really want to, so much more helpful for me personally than all this Prilosec and all this crap, that you get from the drugstore. Those things never work for me. I had a very serious problem with the rebound effect, where the acid actually got worse. So this is the real deal. If y'all have it, it's very similar things with your stomach upset, indigestion, heartburn, chest pain, non-cardiac chest pain, you got to really try the aloe vera gel because it's so helpful. And so I just wanted to share that because I still have these conditions. They don't go away overnight. There's no magic bullets. There's no magic wands. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to deal with this. All about managing the symptoms down to a more manageable level on a day-by-day basis. Because, when you take one of these things that really helps, like I say, the aloe vera gel, I would say takes this severe situation from unbearable down to a more manageable level. Absolutely. So I'm not disabled by it completely. I can work and things like that. So, and also for the spine injuries and things like that, I found about more than 10 plants, and I'm not even talking about CBD or marijuana, 10 other plants, that help reduce inflammation. I mean, honestly, there's probably hundreds of plants and foods as well that reduce inflammation on a, holistic level. So where you, like, for instance, there's Ayurvedic medicine. I've been using one of those Ayurvedic medicines that's fantastic for reducing inflammation. There's another one, Macuma, that's just one plant ground up into powder, put in capsules. I'll take one of those even, and it's like a super strong aspirin within an hour from being in a 10 pain, unbearable. After taking one of the Macuma capsules, it just takes my pain down to a 5. Where I stopped thinking about going to the ER, and I can live my life. So I really want to share these things with people. It's the real deal. And, honestly, I love my doctor. And, in general, most doctors are trying to help people. But the fact of the matter is, they've been trained in medical school. And, their go-to prescription for anything, really, is prescription drugs. Made in a lab, synthetic. That's another problem right there. A lot of these synthetic things, your body a lot of times views these synthetic substances as toxins. And that's where you get the interactions and, the adverse reactions and things like that. When you're dealing with plants, I would say in general, 99% of the time, your body sees those as natural because they are natural. So you don't have these problems with interactions and adverse reactions and things like that. So, yeah, that's a fact. So I'm just trying to help people. If you're really suffering in hell, you don't have any medicine, you got to get on your natural medicines journey, immediately, if not sooner, because it's the real deal. Humans have been using natural medicine successfully for thousands of years. Now, we do need, regular Western medicine for sure, for many things, trauma, emergency medicine, other things, mental health issues, some that are very severe. We do need the medicines for that, for sure, because that's a very complicated situation too. So all the things I mentioned, I try to help people with, try to suggest, are all for physical health issues. So yeah, you know what, people, I'm here to help people too. You know what, my birthday's coming up in a couple weeks, and I'm over 65. Can't believe I made it this far. In 2012, I had stage 4 cancer, believe it or not. And today I feel pretty good. I have some pain, but it's fairly well managed at the moment. And I can't believe I'm going to be reaching, my birthday here in about 10 days. So I'm just trying to share all these things I've learned, because if you're still waiting for your doctor to fix you with some pills, forget it. I still have some medicine from my doctor, which helps me. But in general, my whole mindset over the last 3-4 years has changed completely to trying to manage things myself, with these things that I mentioned. So I really want to help people. Thanks, Sarah. And yeah, you know what? Just if you're depressed, you're in pain, you're having all kinds of discomfort, got to get on your natural medicines journey. I guarantee you there's something that can probably help that. And you have to figure out what it is. And, there's thousands of things that are available. You have to find out which exact particular ones, which brands are good, just like with anything, with cars, there's hundreds, thousands of different kind of cars, you're going to like one rather than another, right? So it's the same with natural medicines. You got to find out which brands are good for you, which plants are good for you, also the doses. Once you find the plant, that's not the end of it. You got to find out what doses, how many times a day, how much, all that. So you know what? I feel really blessed. I'm really good at all of it. And I'm trying to say it. It's true. I am. I'm really good. I like to help people zero right in on, which plant, which brand, which dose, so that they start getting relief. Because if you have the right brand, you might not be taking the right dose. You might not be taking it at the right time of day. You might be doing other things, that are interfering with the progress of the natural medicine. So I like helping people with all that, especially if you're, like I say, and I'll try to end the video so it don't get too long, but especially if you're sort of at the end of your rope, you're frustrated, you're upset, you're ready to give up, don't do that. Contact me, text me. I'll be glad to try to help anyone that I can, to just get to, once you get on your natural medicines journey, you start realizing how powerful these things are for managing things on a day-by-day basis and reducing the severity. You're never going to go back to ignorance, the way I was. So I hope that helps you. God bless. Take care. Bye.